Alright, greetings. I'm joining us on week of the apocalypse. So where things are going worldwide, so we call it the Brave. This is Brave New World, United States, Brave New World. You might see more titles like this. Not the apocalypse, like fear apocalypse, but yeah, obviously expect a lot of censorship for the most part, and yeah, next week's going to be interesting. Yeah, just censorship like you will not believe, unfortunately. Um, yeah, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to put fear out there or anything like that. I don't put anything like that. Just weather the storms. Yeah, this year is going to be a lot more, obviously, a lot more chaotic than last year. I don't think we're out of the woods, far from it. Yeah, I think the 7-day trial is over, and now we've purchased the next direction. So, or wherever we head to. So this is Brave New World, Time Travelers Journal, and Reptilian Commercial Break. So the Time Travelers, I'm going to put an example of a time traveler that came from yesterday in a vision. So time travelers can reincarnate here. So, and many of you, I mean, I think there's a lot of them here. They're just not always recognizing that so in themselves. So you can say even some channelers or time travelers. You just got to go by what you feel for yourself, basically. Like you feel like you have a lifetime in the future, incarnate here to help Earth and where it's going. Obviously it's coming from an alternative version of Earth, but either way, it's some form to help us evolve. It's just another way of looking at things. I'm going to show an example of who came up. Alex and Reptilian Commercial Break is I saw something on. I wasn't sure what to connect to tonight because I've had a busy day, so I can't. Yeah, just other things I want to connect to, but I was looking at. They had a thing about old commercials from the '80s, and it's like you feel this reptilian vibration. Manipulation, you just feel that vibe coming from them. Like shampoo commercials, airline commercials. They get this reptilian vibration everywhere. So it's like, as we go forward, start deconstructing our past, things that we might remember. It's like, little by little, it'll come more clearly. Obviously, it might not be coming too clearly right now. But just seeing how they put up our reality, how they build our reality. So it's. I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of fascinating. I mean, obviously, I'd like to. Yeah, obviously, where we're going right now, not to give in to fear or anything like that. Just write it out the best you can. Where things are going. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of censorship. I believe it's not going to end. Hopefully, I'm not sure where it's going to go. I mean, I think they did quite a bit of it last week. I don't know if they're going to do anything this week, but obviously, if you get all conspiratorial and fear mongering, you're not doing yourself any favors. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Just be cool, basically. Yeah, not panic. It's not time. Yeah, the vibration that's going on right now. Yeah, it's completely intense. It's similar to 911, that time frame. It truly is the same vibration of it. So yeah, it's understood. There's a lot of fear. So January 20th, we'll probably have some idea of where things are going. Every time I think we get some resolution to all this, it keeps So January 20th is going to be even between now and then, it's going to be very intense, and even the 20th is going to be intense. So. Who knows? People that are still holding on to Trump and all that, just keep holding on to that because anything can go. Yeah, this is not set in stone, so who knows? It's not clear where anything's are going right now. So, we're not in normal times. This is not. You can't look in the past like this is not. None of this is normal. I mean, not to say it was normal before, but now this is really business. This is like whole. Yeah, and United States is in decline, obviously. But that doesn't mean it's the end or anything like that. I mean, the currencies are crashes or anything. I'm not saying that, but we're definitely going into decline. War. I did see war before, but I'm not sure anymore about that. I mean, like overseas, I'm not seeing that as strong. Yeah, because I don't know if United States, if we can afford it anymore, but who knows? I think we're just going to be doing more domestic situations. It's really hard to say right now. Nothing's clear, so we'll just take nothing. Yeah, just stay day by day. Yeah, seeing the future right now is yeah, it's clouded. Everything's clouded. Nothing's set in stone. Everything's shifting instantly. So we'll do a connection with that and move on from there. So we'll go into the time travel energy. Let's do a quick update. All right, SimonToad.com. For those who are new to all this, I have private sessions. Warren had a channel, Google Hangout, Zoom channel by phone. I'm on the shop. I'm on the 30th or the 31st. And the healings, those are going to be slow. Same situation here. Webinar, sign up, social network. I can't remember. So yeah, behind the scenes, etc. Jeez. Oh yeah. So time traveler energy. This is who I saw. So this is Steve Bannon. He was part of Trump getting into office. So even looks like a time traveler when you think about it. But he reincarnated here to help, this version of Earth. Is one of many, but this is a good example of a time traveler. Obviously, he doesn't think about it, and I don't know if you tell him that, he might. Who knows? He might actually see that in himself. But that's the image that came up to me. That's pretty cool. So obviously, there's countless others here, but they're not going to make themselves known. Most likely, that one's making itself known, but for educational purposes, to give you an idea of a time traveler. So I would say they come from an alternative version of Earth. How or another? Yeah, they're not making it clear exactly, but I don't know if it even matters. But either way, all right. Let's see. Brave New World energies, time traveler. Let's see here. What I want to connect with. Yeah, we connect to the Brave New World, like the United States energy we're going through right now. I think I connected to the United States yesterday. I want to connect to it a little bit differently today. So, yeah, I give it a different perspective. All right. Blessings. All right. Greetings. This is United States consciousness. For some of you, it'd be kind of probably surprising. The United States, yes, is a feminine energy. Yes, you go back to the times of Atlantis, just many crystal palaces here in the past, a lot of crystalline energies of forming what you are today. There's a lot of Atlantean discoveries here, meaning inventions. This was at one point a seaport, but also a place of a lot of technologies were invented in the United States. And of course, it was all removed, hidden, put underground. This is a different type of structure. There's also a lot of Venus energies in the United States, vibrations. Of course, you have a being from Venus, of course, and of course, you have a Martian vibration here, and so on. Yes, the United States at this time, yes, is a lack of self-love through the consciousness of, as many of you know, who am I? The who am I energy comes out often. Direction. There's an archon presence here that strips away direction to make it difficult. It's like you come in with clothes, but some being rips them off. But you come in with knowledge, and then they take it away. So they bring you into the earth unknowing of who you are as you're going into a new information space. It's just being born here, as many of you know, throughout the world is not an easy, does not feel easy, does not sense easy. It's not intended to be. Because this earth is very much disconnected from source, not completely disconnected, but it is off kiltered from it. It's very just because of the wars during Atlantean time frames, it shut the earth off, even turned it on its axis for what it is today. So you're connecting more to a higher vibration of yourselves as you're bringing. So you do see your earth actually shifting and just in its way it is. Altogether is going to just move in due time. That's not occurred yet. So you're letting out a lot of the skeletons currently. Well, sometimes darkness needs to be seen before light can make itself known. So, I mean, obviously light is here, but darkness is wants to make a name for itself even more than it ever had before. It's difficult to stop it also. So to give you another idea of what's going on, when darkness is being brought into the surface, that's when a lot of beings that are controlling the earth show up, meaning like reptilian beings and so forth and so on. So some of you are kind of looking for a disclosure energy. Doesn't mean they're going to start appearing soon, but they are unlocking themselves from, yes, kind of hidden, but now making themselves more known, censorship and all that. That is the reptilian way, at least on your world, not all worlds. Of course, there are other beings involved, but the reptilian vibration is they're very proud of taking down societies, showing who owns everything. A selfish side of themselves, of course. They want to show how strong they are, even if they have a lot of internal weaknesses. I mean, they can take away how people speak, but internally, they really don't get along with each other very well. It's like, they're creating a hive mind, is what they're doing. It gives you an idea what a hive mind acts like, where it's a one way, it's only way it's just our way or the highway type of thinking, at least in this regard. So you're seeing the hive mind coming to life, basically, in the United States, at least. So, of course, there's been other points of view, but now the hive mind is showing itself, resurrecting itself. And it doesn't mean it's going to last very long, but it is showing what it's capable of. So while you are here to heal that energy, I mean, you can feel the wounds of it. Yes, there might be a lot of darkness that's coming out, but you can use your also empathic abilities to heal the darkness. So maybe you're praying for a more positive light, but if you see that dark energy, you can send healing to it. It's like you wonder what he can do for the world. Well, now you get an idea because you're seeing the injured being is here. A lot of reptilian beings felt, they weren't respected in other realities. They came here to, a lot of refugees are here that wanted to show their power. Is that this is their world. Because if they can shut down your planet, keep it hostage, nobody can take them off the planet. Not necessarily, not when humans gave them the power. So actually reptilian beings show themselves, meaning that you're healing their energy currently. And for them to show their darkness is actually a good thing. It's difficult. But it's also because, you have this darkness, but then, you're looking for your alien beings, a possibility someone might start showing themselves. We don't have a guarantee of that, of course. But isn't that what you're looking for? A disclosure? So we're just putting that out there for somebody to connect with. It doesn't mean you're going to start seeing a reptilian walking around. Not just yet, but there are timelines where you're getting closer to a disclosure like that, where you see these beings everywhere. Of course, that's going to cause a lot of difficulties for men in their mental state. Does not mean it will not occur. It's all on how you look at things, basically. But the wounded patient here is a reptilian being. As yes, some of them are dying out, but it gives them purpose. You gave them purpose. Refugees that beings wanted to wipe off the universe. They brought a lot of darkness to themselves to give themselves purpose overall. It truly comes down to that. As some beings are just going to execute them and get rid of them altogether, at least the ones that are around your planet. So they brought their darkness here to survive, for them to survive. So you're feeling what survival, I mean, you're trying to survive, and so are they. They feed off your energy to continue their existence, because there's a lot of beings that wanted to wipe them out completely. So when you're in a desperate situation, what do? You do a lot of darkness. So for those that are trying to feed themselves, just giving you a different perspective. You can believe it or not, but when you look at it, when you think about it, yeah, a lot of reptilians here came from other planets, lost, found this Earth, found it. They weren't really messing with anyone. They do feel like they were here first, but in truth, reality, they really weren't. But they still like to think that way. So they had dinosaur creations here to give them, once again, showing that this is theirs. And, yes, the dinosaur phase was only going to last for so long anyway. But they felt that other beings wanted to wipe them out, truly. Take them off the planet. They didn't want to go anywhere else. They wanted to stay here. So the only way for them to stay here was to manipulate humanity. And not just to give them purpose, but just to call this home. And it's become of a war planet ever since. That shows what Orion has been going through so much. Because Orion beings are here to wipe them out, at least at one time. Now we're just putting this out there. You can take it as you want. But there were Orion beings here to hunt them down at one time. Well, some of them just want, destroy them. Truly destroy them. So, but once they manipulated this planet and other beings came in, obviously you're keeping a lot of alien species alive, actually. A lot of them did die out in your ancient times. But a lot of them are still here. So the whole point of this is discovering who's here. Healing the fear, and many of you are doing so, and it's going to get stronger and stronger. It's just that the percentage is so small still. It doesn't fit in your timeline for disclosure. As the energy is getting stronger, as many as you feel, it's going to continue to get stronger. And it's going to be controversial here once they do appear on your planet, because some of them are going to be kind of rock stars. Maybe not always the best interest for humans, but they're going to be, a lot of these alien beings are going to be all about themselves. It's just the way it is. Not all of them, but quite a few. But also you have ancient reptilian beings that do have a kindness to humanity. Meaning not all of them are here to harm humanity. Many of you are here to actually teach humanity of your history. Well, they're kind of like philosophers. They're not agreeing with what's going on in the world, but there's nothing much they can do. So just like many of you are in a situation that you don't like what the government's doing, but a lot of you are decent also. There's a lot of reptilian. Not to say the ones that are causing problems here are horrible either. It's situations. It's when you get desperate, you do anything. That's when a lot of these alien beings are causing difficulties here. Because once they manipulate humanity, it's like there's no going back. It's like they might as well just keep manipulating humanity. Because once they let that go, what happens to them? But if humanity evolves and it starts to understand them, it's, they're less likely to be destroyed by somebody else. Not to say that will be, but some beings might do that. I believe it's more of just letting humanity decide for if they want to know who's here. Not to say you're going to go into an instant peaceful world. That takes some time. There's so many wounds here. Yeah, you have a lot of warrior beings here that are just wounded, have their own self-hatred. Yeah, just because they're alien does not mean they don't have problems. They have a lot of problems. It's not just reptilians. There are other beings here. Because a lot of, like Palladian, the tall blondes, a lot of them want to help reptilian beings survive too. So they do a lot of terrible things to humans to keep a lot of alien beings here. So yes, they're going to be vicious. But because once again, a lot of them don't want to be wiped out. Because there is that worry. It's still that worry, even if it most likely won't happen. But still. So yes, you're dealing with alien beings that have a lot of even guilt within the moment. So if you're even bringing this world to where it is today, imagine that. It's like some of you feel guilty in your own lives. So think about alien energies that have just caused hell on this planet for their own selfish reasons. And they actually feel guilty from that, from their ancestors doing things like that. I mean, healing that energy takes a long time. So understanding, so why the disclosure has not fully occurred is the understanding of these beings. Of course, humans agreed to the contracts here, as you know. You wouldn't be here if it did not. It's just, we'll go into more details. There's other beings here for that. So let's just see. Greetings to you. We are the Atlanteans. Blessings. The time traveling vibration that you're experiencing, the time travelers kept this earth going. Yes, many alien beings are here to practically destroy the planet at one time. And you might even feel that energy now, always somewhere in your path. It's always been a point of crushing the earth. Your World War II showed a version of that. Well, it showed a new side of destruction that was not seen, obviously, since the Atlantean times. But it is true that many even Palladian beings still feel very guilty for not protecting this world as they should. Of course, there's a darker side of the Palladians that came to this planet too. There's always been, within alien groups, just like you have on your world, of divide. Not all beings want to control a planet. Many beings want disclosure. There's this non-disclosure and disclosure between all these alien groups right now. It's been going on for some time, of course. Actually, thousands of years. But once again, unlocking the human element. Many Atlanteans became dark wizards, magicians, sold themselves out. But once again, they obviously enjoyed the power for themselves. But this also brought a lot of other elements from the universe here for you to learn from. So Earth became a target. But also, as your world's a seed planet, meaning that all beings, majority of beings, can seed their information here. So if the Earth goes into darkness, you're seeding madness from all these different species. Beings that have not been seen in ages. You've attracted so many different alien species. Obviously, it's difficult to keep track of human form. That's another reason why this world, it attracted more Archon beings that's ever been seen, usually, on a planet, to walk this world even further down. So as you become more understanding of gargoyle beings, wizard beings, of course, yeah, you're going to an age of awakening. So if they're going to cause this much darkness here, they're going to start revealing themselves slowly. Yes, the reptilian commercial breaks are, well, that a lot of reptilians enjoyed making entertainment here. There's other beings too, but usually it's a reptilian vibration. Well, it's just they enjoyed programming society. I mean, they're a warning from humans of how, like, washing their hair. They don't have hair to wash. I mean, they want them to find it humorous. So, I mean, just because you have a human race that's not here to awaken, so there are alien beings that spend a lot of time how to entertain humans, how to keep this reality going. So they actually learned a lot about themselves, and humans agreed to be, to be entertained by all these different extraterrestrial beings that you don't see. So there was a positive side of it. Obviously not the easiest side, but because you're part of the, you have to get out, go to work, do these things. But yeah, it was agreed upon to learn from all these different alien species through entertainment, through work, through all types of things. Call your society. Through the darkness, yeah, obviously around your Queen Elizabeth, yes, there's a lot of like a dark hole abyss going through there. You can even, depends on what vibration you're at, you can see alien beings everywhere in the palace if you can even get that close. Depends on how open you are, third eye wise. You can see beings everywhere. You might not always enjoy what you're seeing. Yes, creatures on the walls, things like that. It goes much further than, yeah. So it's just that in this time frame, you're going into more, yes, an awakening. It's going to be open to more of your space energies of technology. Yeah, space is what's bringing in your secret space programs and everything. It's also going to eventually advance everything else. They have to have a way to cloak it to bring it in. So they're going to use, as they've already used space in the past, but yes, they're not going to activate it too quickly, but that's where a lot of your technology is going to evolve from in some form or another. They worked with SpaceX or any of these space companies and just happen to have this technology to help you evolve, even rejuvenate eventually. They're not quite ready for the rejuvenation just yet. They're not that generous just yet. Well, they're making too much money off the pharmaceuticals to fully have healing chambers, but it does exist. As many of you can probably tap into that in the fourth dimension. It just hasn't been brought here just yet. So your time traveling energies too. Some of you might feel like you have, like, some of you actually, there's different ways of identifying a time traveler too, is also with tattoos. Sometimes they might have a tattoo is like of a clock or some kind of, it's a personal mark. I don't know, those that have tattoos, it might feel as like that's a time traveling tattoo, meaning they did come from the future. A lot of beings came from the future here to exist. Some of you might start to remember these things. Yes, you're in the future in a high-tech society normally, or some of you are a high-tech society and some of you go to like a low-tech society where the time traveling technology is to incarnate here. So it is agreed upon that they find little places where they can incarnate through. It's a little bit complicated to go into that, but it does exist. But normally it's a higher vibrational city. Normally. Yeah, very alien. Not always connected to all the aliens, but enough. Well, because their job, the future, is to heal the past. A lot of them come from Earths that have been almost destroyed, practically, or worlds that have been destroyed. And another version of Earth here to prevent, other Earths to be destroyed also. So that's been going through your society forever. So time travelers, you look at a picture and it's like, that's funny. Any rumors of time travelers, like somebody's wearing sunglasses back in the 1800s or whatever it might be, yeah, that's indication is, yeah, all those rumors are normally true for the most part. Why would they say these things? So people are tapping into that vibration. Some here just to detect it. Not necessarily time travelers, but they know when they're here. Because many of your alien star seeds, yes, you come from another reality. Technically, it's from the future, but your mission here is a little bit different. Time traveling beings are usually connected to the military, more of a positive military, but also there are others that are part of a negative. Yes, there are time traveling wars here. Normally, they don't see each other. It's like a dark and a like Russia against the United States in the future. There's a time travel and fighting each other, things like that. Give you more of an understanding of that. So yes, even China, of course, China plays a big role. Usually, it's in the United States and Russia kind of fighting with each other. China, yes, but China has different agendas. He has to take over the world. There's versions of Earth where China just rules everything, as you are feeling now. You're here to prevent that control because of censorship, where you can't connect. A lot of these regimes want to put you back in the Stone Age, basically. Not to say it will happen, but you are getting assistance from different places. It's just not the always easiest to tap into because obviously I don't want it to be tapped, but it's coming through, so it's allowed to be a little bit more known. It's time traveling star seeds, you can call them, are everywhere. Not everywhere. Like you go to your local supermarket and find one, but if you tap more into even some of your artists of your past are time travelers, if this certain artist went to the past and elevated that vibration, it'd just be a better for the future of that society. It's done in certain. It's like an art to time traveling. Who do you send back? What do they do? Because when they go back in time, now we're talking about reincarnating here. Those others that incarnate, that just come back here, but usually just observers and trying to fight other beings. They're not. There's reincarnated time travelers, the ones that are really making the biggest impact here. There's others that are trying to protect them. They feel like there's a war around you. It's like time traveling war happening around yourself can happen also. As it gets quite complicated, you have your star seed, alien beings. You have your time traveling star seeds. To give you more, yes, it gets more. Yeah, so make a nice movie once you see it, all the pieces being put. It's a lot of pieces here. We're not just telling. We're telling this because for some of you to identify yourselves. That's why we're bringing it up for you. It's like you either noticed it, somebody's connected to that vibration, or you can be able to seek it out. Some of you are part of those programs. And if you are part of that program, yeah, it's not going to be the easiest to tap into. Obviously, you're on a secret mission, on a mission. It's not always easy to see something like that. So, yes, but also, yes, reptilian commercials would go into that. Yes, you have a lot of alien beings that are, yes, horrible to humanity in the past. It's horrible. Of course, humans have been horrible themselves. It's like a brotherhood. But for a soul that have done terrible things, have also been alien beings have been doing a lot of good, with the arts, with commercials, whatever it might be, to help rebuild. It's like, it was a complete asshole in the past, but it's like, I want to give back. So they help humanity, evolve, help them with their shampoo or whatever it might be with DNA there, maybe contribute in some form or another, or baby formula or something like that. I know it sounds humorous, but you wonder what these alien beings are doing. They're doing a lot. Some have done horrible things, and other alien beings are here to rebuild. Some are destroying everything, and others are here to rebuild everything. It gives you a little bit more idea how your aliens work here. And obviously, there's countless different types that are here. It's kind of impossible to keep track of all of them, but it's like a whole other society. Behind the scenes, yes, helping with your internet connections, making a better internet around where they can, where you can communicate better. But obviously, they're working towards more telepathy. Those things take time. They're working with what they have. So it is very entertaining for these beings to work with you. And realize you're having hardships here, and they're not having it the easiest time either. But at least some of them are contributing greatly here. So, blessings.